Well, welcome to Gender Reveal, our regular spot with Binary spokesperson Kirralie Smith. Kirralie, it's great to have you back. Let's delve into some recent developments. You had your book launch in Parliament House last week, the book Devastated, telling the story of families who have been affected by gender fluid ideology on their children. You had a special guest there in terms of your local member, David Gillespie. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, Dr. David Gillespie came along, which was fantastic because he got to hear firsthand from three of the parents who contributed to the book. And I can tell you, Lyle, there wasn't a dry eye in the house as they shared the devastation that has been caused to their children, and in one case, a spouse as well. But Dr. David Gillespie, he has 33 years' experience as a medical practitioner, and he spoke very bluntly and very plainly about, he labelled it gender voodoo.
Wow.
He said that it is a real shame on the medical profession that they've given into this ideology without using evidence-based methods to really analyse whether or not these are the best pathways. He's ashamed of his profession that they have gone this way. He highlighted the way that the Cass report and the Nordic countries and others are pausing or halting altogether the use of puberty blockers because the evidence just isn't there in terms of the care. And, he really encouraged people to keep contacting their local members because they are absolutely swamped with every agenda under the sun. And unless you are constantly presenting it, giving them the facts and giving them a way forward, it's very unlikely they'll pick up this cause. So we've gotten this book into the hands of every single member of Parliament in Canberra. And I really want to encourage people now to pick up the phone, send an email and ask your local member to read this book because these stories need to be told and the voices in this book speak for themselves. And it is utter devastation that's being caused as a result of really bad laws and bad policy in the education and health systems in particular.
Fantastic, Kirralie. Congratulations on such a great initiative. So where can people get a hold of the book Devastated?
At the moment, it's just through binary.org.au. However, other options will be coming soon, but definitely get in touch with us there. There is a special page that you can go to get the book, or you can send me an email at info@binary.org.au and we'll get you one or more copies.
Fantastic. A great resource, an Australian resource telling Australian stories. Terrific initiative from Binary. Kirralie, I should just also add, we're talking off air, the terrific journalist Bernard Lane, who we had on this show last week. He's written about the book as well, hasn't he, on his Gender Clinic News website or Substack that people can go to and have a read of that.
Correct. And it was really great to be able to honour someone like Bernard Lane. He has been we took back the term persistent and consistent because he has, put his career on the line really to pursue this and for child safeguarding in particular. And he's done a fabulous job. And he has quoted a lot of Dr. David Gillespie's speech in his Gender Voodoo article. And I do encourage everyone to go and read it.
Very good. Get your copy of the book at binary.org.au and go to Gender Clinic News to read Bernard Lane's take. Kirralie, in the United States, President Donald Trump, who's been very firm on these gender issues, his transition team briefed out, or someone within the team spoke to the media, said they were going to kick out of the military all transgender service personnel. They sort of walk that back a bit. They're saying they haven't made a final decision. But nonetheless, it seems Donald Trump means business when it comes to restoring normalcy about gender.
Oh, absolutely. And look, if there's any industry or area where merit and ability should be the only requirements for being involved, it is in the military. We don't really care what your personality preferences are, what your sexual preferences are. You need to be able to do the job, and that is to defend your country. And it's just absurd that both in the US and here in Australia, it's now all about, paint your pinkies and DEI and all of these other factors that really don't go to helping defend our nation, but, appease people's feelings. And to be quite frank, our enemies don't care what your feelings are. They just, they need to come up against the best and the brightest and the bravest that our countries can offer. So good on Donald Trump, and I hope that they do follow through.
Yeah, and let's hope it spills over to the Australian military as well. Kirralie, just lastly, Senator Simon Birmingham, a Liberal who'd been in the Parliament for about 18 years, announced his retirement. This man has pretty much run obstruction to every initiative to try and shine a light on the harm being done to children through the child gender clinics. He'll be no loss from the Parliament, will he?
Absolutely not. And what a disgrace. He is and others who have opposed both Senator Alex Antic and Senator Pauline Hanson and others who have tried to get these inquiries into gender clinic practices, because these practices are doing great harm to children. We know already that in the UK these practices have been banned, in Nordic countries, even New Zealand is now questioning these practices because it does great harm to children. What is it that Simon Birmingham and others are trying, what are they trying to cover up? What is it that they know? Because we do know the harm that's being done, and why are they so afraid of having a light shone on the actual facts of the matter, and why are they appeasing these gender activists instead of safeguarding children?
It's a question that has no logical answer apart from the fact that people like Simon Birmingham are fighting for a different side to that of mums and dads and vulnerable children. That photo we had on screen a moment ago was Simon Birmingham with a drag queen. There it is again. That was a promotion in Parliament House in Canberra last year to promote World Pride, which is a big LGBTIQA+ festival here in Sydney, which was promoting animal-human sexual fetishes. That's the sort of support that Simon Birmingham was giving to all sorts of weird agendas. So, yeah, no loss to the Parliament. Kirralie, thank you once again for being with us. We look forward to your contribution, hopefully next week for our final show for 2024. Keep up the fight, and everyone go to Binary and get a hold of that book, Devastated. Thanks again, Kirralie.
Thanks, Lyle.
Well, before I go, don't forget you can follow me on X during the week at Lyle Shelton, and don't forget to make ADH TV your home of common sense news and uncensored opinion. Thanks to Charles Noble and Dominica Fernal for production. Until next week, keep pushing back and keep speaking up.